Brandon John Waller's artistry weaves together pop, soul, folk, and jazz, creating a musical journey rich in storytelling. I talk one-on-one with the vocalist for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Brandon John Waller, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much, Quintin, for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Needless to say, you're a prominent R&B vocalist here in the Lowcountry. And from my understanding, your artistry that is, weaves together pop, folk, soul, and jazz, creating a musical journey rich in storytelling. So tell me, Brandon, what's that imaginary album title to describe your life right now as an R&B vocalist?
Well, I would say I would call myself more so a folk pop artist. I do definitely have R&B influence.
Yes, sir.
R&B has been one of the cornerstones that have created my sound, I believe, alongside gospel and jazz and classical music and country, all those things. But if I had to title my musical journey, I would title it Higher Self.
What is the biggest difference about your musical journey from when you started music to right now?
When I first started music and singing, I was very young. I was around 4, but officially I started singing in the church around the age of 11 or 12.
Wow.
Was very scared and nervous, which was a journey in itself to get to this point where I'm more grounded in self. So I would say that versus when I started, I was more unsure, and now more grounded.
Wow. When did you know you were grounded in this type of music?
I would say, honestly, not until about 2 years ago, actually.
Wow.
1 year and a half ago. I found and discovered that it was my niche, and I felt like I was able to flow within the genre that I was doing.
Wow. What else have you been able to find and discover, find and discover throughout this entire musical journey, Brandon?
I would say that I've discovered that I am capable of more than I thought I was. I tasked myself with writing an EP, and I just pulled from the different experiences that I've already experienced and gone through, and that I was currently going through. And it was just such a beautiful journey of writing and piecing together all of my experiences together in song.
Wow. So take me into the studio. Who is Brandon John Waller writing an EP?
So, like I mentioned earlier, I would title my musical journey Higher Self. And so my EP is actually titled Higher Self. And so what it is describing is pulling on, not only past experiences and present experiences, but also affirming myself and speaking to my highest self, and also affirming and like manifesting what my hopes and my dreams are and whatnot. So just being a better version of myself.
Wow. So what are your hopes and dreams for being an R&B vocalist? Oh, but now folk and pop, pardon me.
R&B is always a part of who I am and my influence, from Whitney Houston to Brandy.
Wow.
But can you ask the question one more time?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What are your hopes and dreams for being now a vocalist with an EP?
Yes. So for the longest, when you're growing up or you're a child, you don't kind of see the full picture of of the things. And I didn't see the full picture of the music industry. I just wanted to, know, be famous and sing, etc. I think, I know that my future goal or first goal is to have an impact on myself because I'm not writing for people, but I'm writing for myself and for where I am in the moment, and the people that are meant to resonate with my music will, and it will impact them. So um, I just want to impact people positively,
Mm.
and also I do want to make it to the Grammys.
Yes, you will.
So
Yes, you will. Yeah, you definitely will. And I can see that happening. And I hope to get you on Quintin's close-ups when that does happen. But right now, Mr. Brandon, how has music impacted your life?
music has impacted my life in such major ways because I'm a full time creative. So like my imagination is always like here and there.
Yes.
So life lives sometimes, and music grants me the ability to escape reality for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it also gives me the ability to interweave and intermingle music into my reality, which makes it better, my reality better in some way.
Wow. So what are your realities now and how do you incorporate that into your music today?
Yes. So I am a full time entrepreneur. And so I have a photography production company called Retroview Photography.
Wow.
So I do, anything from fashion, wedding, family portraits, you name it, I can do it. But also, I have an artist development program that I started, which draws on all of my experiences, all of my work and skill experience over the past 17 years. I've been working with models, I've been working with artists, vocalists. I have a degree in music and voice. So I put all those things together um, to create an artist development program. But my reality is with that is, like any other entrepreneur, it has its ups and downs. So sometimes it can be discouraging. And music really helps me to find my voice again and find passion and hope as well.
Mm. How have you been able to find your voice in the music world?
Well, it definitely wasn't an easy task, and I have to, you know, give praise to God for favoring me because sometimes it's not all about talent, but also about who you know and who God connects you to.
Yes.
And these, for this past year, I've really been blessed to be in contact with Zandrina Dunning,
Yes.
who is such an amazing human being and such an amazing artist, and we're all the things, all of the above.
Yes.
And I was just honored to be connected to her, and she really believed and believes in my gifts. So music has been reawakened for me, her and some other people as well. And yeah.
Wow. And she's a household name here in the Low Country with her music business and being an artist, as you just mentioned. But let me ask you, Brandon, and this is probably second to the last question, but what else has music reawakening you to?
I say this time around, music has reawakened me to myself and
Right.
facing all the parts of myself. Writing the EP has challenged me to sit with myself and all the aspects and parts of myself. You know, some parts that you don't want to run away from, and some parts you cringe at. But facing those things and finding beauty in those things and being transparent, um, you know, when I sing and when I write.
Yes. Wow. I meant to say reawaken. My mind's elsewhere today. But where have you, what have you found the beauty when it comes to your EP, Your Higher Self?
Well, I would say I found the beauty in my higher self in regards to my EP through just writing about not only my strengths but my flaws as well,
Mm.
and being at a point where I'm able to share that with people and not care.
Uh, how have you been able to become comfortable with doing just that?
I would say a lot of self work
Mm.
and also just getting to a point where fear is not going to stop me, because oftentimes fear prevents people from going to another level or going to places where they want to go and they have regret, you know, in the long run. And I didn't want that, so I wanted to face fears and punch my fears in the stomach.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. That's amazing. Really a testimony there. Well, Brandon John Waller, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close Ups.
Thank you so much, Quentin, for having me, and I hope you have a great day.
Likewise.